Morning Show.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Muy buenos días, muy buenos días, muy buenos días. Good morning, good morning, good morning, RC1. Good morning.
Good morning, good morning, Robert Chequiosha. Muy buenos días.
Muy buenos días.
Muy buenos días a todos ustedes y bienvenido a Sugar City Morning Show. Estamos en Nortevisión, Canal 10, y les damos una cordial bienvenida. Muy buenos días. Y por supuesto le damos gracias a Dios, ¿verdad? Por darnos este nuevo y lindo día para cada uno de nosotros. Tenemos mucho para ser agradecidos y le damos gracias a Dios. Muy buenos días y bienvenidos.
It's Wednesday, the 24th day of March.
Right.
2020.
Así es. Miércoles, el 24 de marzo del año presente, 2020.
Yeah. We had good weather yesterday, RC.
Absolutely, we had nice warm weather in comparison. Later in the evening was getting cloudy. Looked like we were going to have a little bit of showers and such, but I guess it's just part of the climatic changes that we're seeing that shows us the effects.
Yeah, you always talk about water, how important water is, RC, and we want to encourage people to continue drinking water.
Water is life. Water is life.
Yeah, right.
Hey, good morning, Shaki.
Yeah. Thank you, RC. Thank you.
You know, we gotta wash your hands so.
Yeah.
Wash it so.
Yep.
You know, make sure everything. Remember, you don't count your 20 seconds? Huh?
Well, were this a habitual practice from since you were Minister of Health, RC, in the way of washing your hand, or didn't things just come to light now?
No, this has been an information from the Ministry of Health and family. Remember when we were kids?
Yeah.
We used to haul water out of the well with one bucket.
Yes.
Right almost by there, remember, we used to have, we leave for gun and firewood.
Yes.
And such were with parents and so my grandparents and my grandparents.
Yeah.
And then you had the old soap there, porcelana.
Yes.
You wash your hand and thing and so.
Only towel there right there.
Yes, well, we've been doing it for over 60 years.
Yes.
It's just that because of
Lot of
too
modern
many
thing go up.
distractions
Yeah.
some people say, I don't need to do that, you know. But anyway,
But how we forget the practice about? Well, some of us forget the practice about washing our hand, but we don't forget to eat.
oh no.
We don't forget to eat that.
No. Let me see if I get the Belize.
Yeah, but we will be, since we are talking about that, we will be bringing on the weather report right here on Nortevisión Channel 10, and as we give you the time, then we'll be going over to RC1. Folks, the time is exactly 6.5 minutes after 7 o'clock, and for today's weather forecast, we go over to RC1.
Thank you very much, Robert Chequiosha. This is RC1 with the weather report this morning as of 6 o'clock this morning. Well, let's see. I need to put on my eyes first, and then we get to the report here. And the general situation calls for mainly fair and warm conditions to prevail. The 24-hour forecast will be sunny with a few cloudy spells today and clear to partly cloudy tonight. Showers, if any, will be isolated. The winds will be from the east-southeast at 5 to 15 knots. Sea states will be light to chop. In the coast, the temperatures in the coastal areas, 86 degrees Fahrenheit, 30 degrees Celsius. In the inland area, 92 degrees Fahrenheit or 33 degrees Celsius. And in the hills, 80 degrees Fahrenheit and 27 degrees Celsius. The outlook, generally fair and warm conditions to continue with little or no rainfall expected for Wednesday and Wednesday night. The astronomical conditions, your high today at 10:11 a.m., and your lows today at 4:34 p.m. Your highs today again at 10:33 p.m., and lows tomorrow at 4:53 a.m. Sunrise tomorrow at 5:53 a.m. and sunset today at 6:04 p.m. The moonrise for today is at 6:14 a.m. and the moonset is today at 6:31 p.m. We want to say a big thank you to Crystal Rosales, forecaster at the National Meteorological Service of Belize, for giving us this weather report. Ahora queremos hacer mención de que las temperaturas para el día de hoy en las áreas costeras, 86 grados Fahrenheit, en la parte interior 92 grados Fahrenheit y en los cerros de las montañas 80 grados Fahrenheit. Así que estamos en los 80s a bajas 90s, que nos indica que vamos a tener un día caluroso en nuestro país de Belice. Así de que ya sabemos que hay que tomar mucha agua el día de hoy y cuidarnos mucho. Este es el pronóstico del tiempo.
Thank you very much, RC1. Yesterday, Tillotspot Service did a post yesterday, RC, and they are saying the same thing what you were saying yesterday morning or what the minister told us.
Yes.
They had their buses parked and they were disinfecting their buses, washing it out, cleaning up, and we must have to commend them for that, RC.
Oh, absolutely. But, all the bosses were doing that. They were spraying and cleaning up. And thank you for listening and observing. When we talk, we don't always have the information. So we try to get the information as what you do in a case like this. And that is how we share information. So, but the latest is that some bus runs are being canceled.
Yeah, but
Yes.
yeah, just receive a message from the minister, and he's saying that for those bus runs that has been cancelled, they will be putting in buses to fill those slots. No, I'm not sure if they will be getting private runs, private buses, but they will be getting buses to fill most of those slots.
Well, yes, again, we've been asked to be alert on the lookout and take care of ourselves ever since. And since late last year, early January, we've been talking about the coronavirus, COVID-19, people prepare. And some people take care of themselves early, some people wait till the last minute
Yeah.
and such. But we always ask people to be listening, tuning into advisory. The coronavirus is deadly, a deadly virus, and we're on a very serious time in our history, in our country. We need to take care of ourselves. For example, soap and water, wash your hand and whatnot, sanitizer.
And these are
your
nothing hard.
surroundings.
These are nothing difficult to do.
No, and these are things that we've been doing all our lives,
Yeah.
and it's just that sometimes, we
Yeah.
had left it one left. We eat with chicken,
Yeah.
and take your hand and just wipe it and go about, and your hands sticky and pick up things.
Yep.
So this morning, we just want to thank God for opening a brand new window for each and every one of us, and let's make the best of it and stay safe.
Yeah, I'm seeing a post here that has been posted by Channel 5 last night, saying that the sugar industry commits to continue 2020 crop. It says we are constantly changing nature of the COVID-19 situation globally and locally. We remain vigilant to respond effectively in these challenging times. At Belize Sugar Industries Limited, BSI, the safety and health of our employees, customers, partners, stakeholders, and community are at the heart of all we do. We are taking every precaution to protect all stakeholders, employees, and work environment to prevent its spread.
Well, you see, Chucky, it's very important that we keep in tune.
Yeah.
The the transportation of the crop seed is internal. It's internal. You go and you empty and whatnot.
Yeah.
And we all know that safety is important, and that it allows the cane farmers, that are very much hard hit in the first place with drought,
Yeah.
so that can make some little money.
Yeah, they end by saying, RC, together with the community, we must all do our part as we unite to face this unprecedented global crisis. Please be safe, take care of yourselves and your family, and adhere to the recommendations from the relevant authorities.
Which is the Ministry of Health.
Right, that
and
is.
of course, whenever the Prime Minister makes his press conferences, they give us an update on what the position is of the committees that are put in place, the task force to deal with the issues that come up on a day-to-day basis. So it's good to note about these things, So
Yeah, and that announcement that the Prime Minister made yesterday was very, very alarming, RC, and you see what happened is things go that way, but we can see that the Prime Minister, the task force, the team, they are trying their best. There was an interview with the Honorable Manuel Heredia and the Mayor of San Pedro yesterday, and they are just asking people the same thing that you are saying, RC.
Yes.
Take care of yourself, preventative measures, try to stay clean, because no care how strong this string strong, if you have your system going, then possibility that you'll be free from it, no?
Right. Well, we need to take care of ourselves, Jackie. We need to be much more vigilant of our own environment.
Yeah.
You know, and that falls upon our responsibilities. So
Yeah.
it's not a blame game. It's what should we do? What can you do? What can I do? So and that means that we need to keep ourselves sanitized and see what we can do to take care of ourselves.
Yeah, and I can't expect you to take care of me, RC.
I can't.
I have to take care of myself.
I don't know where you are. I don't know where you've been. I don't know where you're going. But I can tell you that wherever you go and wherever you are, to take care and wash your hand and make sure that you do what you have to do. You understand? So another thing that is of important is that today is the 24th. And Friday, I mean, this weekend is the 27th. And attention to fishermen. The coronavirus has caused us to do a lot of things. So the end of the conch season ends this Friday, the 27th. This is a press release from the Fisheries Department. Okay, in accordance with statutory instrument number 54 of 2012. Honorable Omar Figueroa, Minister of Fisheries, Forestry, Environment, Sustainable Development, will declare the conch fishery season closed at the end of business on March 27, 2020. This is necessary due to the realization of the queen conch production quota for the 2019-2020 season. So the 27th, and they're asking people that if you have conchs, use it, then no one catch you with none of it. Now, sometimes I wonder why that is, and maybe somebody can let me know. If you already buy, it's already in your fridge and you left it. So if you hurry, eat it up. You're obliged to do that.
Yeah,
the season is closed. Well, I guess it's a safety measure to ensure that they cover up for people who are bringing these things, no?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So RC, I believe the airport closed yesterday evening, right?
Yes.
That was what was announced. And the Prime Minister, in his address yesterday, RC, he was saying something about the Senate will be meeting
On Wednesday. Yes.
Explain what that is about, please.
Well, when the National Assembly has, in its most part, concluded its business of passing bills. The most important one is the appropriation bill. The appropriation bill is the budget which the National Assembly approves so that the government can start its new fiscal year expenditures. And the Senate will be meeting tomorrow, Wednesday, which is the 15th at 10 o'clock in the morning, to go over the bills and to pass those bills, so that after the Senate passes it, then it goes to the Governor General to sign into effect, and then the government then executes.
Okay.
So that means that it's important, and I think usually have Senate meetings on Tuesdays, but on Wednesdays, because the Prime Minister and the Leader of the Opposition lead the charge of these task force that have to do with programs and financing. Mm-hmm. And there may be, I'm not saying it's such, but the Senate can make amendments, so whenever a bill is introduced and presented to the Senate for deliberation and debate, there might be an occasion where the government side might say, we need to make an adjustment to this to fit in for what we want to do. Say, for example, then there are some funds that they want a little bit more funds they want to include for the coronavirus treatment or government concern for the nation and what's not in a global way. Then at the Senate it can be amended and then passed into law. So that is what takes effect. Unless the Parliament approves that the budget, then the government has no money to spend. It's there, but you just can't touch it until it's approved. So that's what it means.
So the Senate can omit some words, or they can edit it or change something and still approve it, or if they do that, still have to go back to the House?
Well, there are some bills that can go back and some that cannot.
Oh, okay.
In other words, if you leave it there, it stays there till they get ready. But I'm pretty sure that the appropriation bill, which is of critical and urgent matter for the government to be able to get the funds to be getting all the equipment necessary to combat the COVID-19, that I don't see any problem there. There might be maybe one discussion, but I believe that it's going to go through.
Yeah, RC, and also the PM mentioned that yeah, we have a call coming in. Let's get this one. Hello, good morning. Muy buenos días.
Buenos días.
Buenos días.
Sí, buenos días, Mr. Rubén.
Buenos días.
Hoy solo quisiera hacer una petición, tal vez usted, Mr. Rubén, principalmente, porque usted es más acercado a la política con el gobierno, para que la vez oído cómo se comentó cuando empezó este problema del COVID-19, cómo el gobierno rápidamente enfocó al turismo, cuando yo, siendo un pescador que mañana o pronto voy a tener que dejar de pescar, voy a tener que vivir todo el balance del mes sin trabajar. Y el turismo, cuando ellos hacen, como dice, hablan grande, junto con Oceana, que tiene, ellos producen al país 34 millones de ingresos. Ahora el gobierno está enfocando que ellos jóvenes van a tener trabajo de desarrollo, que Dios lo quería mencionar, la gente de San Pedro especialmente, cuando ellos son turistas, hogares y cosas así, hacen mucho dinero, Mr. Rubén, pero cuando vas a tomar, hoy se escuchas, andan paseando, se van a Cancún, a Mérida, a Miami, a gastar su dinero, cuando ellos no piensan en problemas como hoy. Sin embargo, yo como pescador, creo que me puedo sostener por 3 meses sin trabajar, y ellos, el gobierno le va a dar. Sin embargo, yo pienso que va a ser justicia para el balance del país, de las personas del norte, de Jalacté, de otros aldeitas aquí en el sur, de Yoac, que ellos son pobres, esos que llaman que tranquil, esos que trabajan en albañil, esa gente que no van a tener trabajo probablemente. Pienso que el gobierno debe enfocar más en ellos que en el turismo, porque todo el año turismo los días hace dinero, en cambio esa gente no, ellos de, como dicen, hand to mouth, de la mano a la boca y se acabó semanal. Esa gente si viene este problema, este epidemia, así como se menciona en otros países, esa gente los que van a sufrir, esa es la gente que va a causar problemas en el país, porque el hambre causa problemas en campos. Usted debe saber. Yo no sé por qué le podemos dar lástima a una gente de turismo, porque ellos ya hicieron dinero y debieron tener dinero para sostenerse, que hicieron medio año, yo pienso en ese medio año, ¿no? Sin molestar al gobierno, sin molestar al gobierno. Y se oye muy feo decirlo así, pero es una desgracia. En cambio, la pobre gente del norte, la gente del sur, esa gente no tiene dinero, ¿no? Solo pienso que la gente que lo escuche hoy, esta mañana, piensa en esto. Sin embargo, el gobierno enfoca el turismo. El turismo quiere acabar con el pescador para que existan empleos, y siempre lo digo, una economía de un país debe ser balanceado. Igual como hay que decir, la quiere acabar cerrar de diferentes clases de pescado. ¿Ah? Es una injusticia para la gente que vive del mar. Ajá.
Ok, muchas gracias.
Gracias.
Buen día.
Buen día, gracias.
Gracias.
El señor tiene un punto muy excelente allá de que hay personas que hacen su cachanquil. En toda manera, ya los pescadores que pues ya no pueden salir. The fisherman cannot go again. Así de que, bueno, los que están en la área de pesca, ahí está el Fisheries Department, deben de, como le mencioné a unos amigos allá en Sarteneja, de que deben de tomar sus firmas de quiénes son los pescadores y que se lo entreguen al Fisheries Department, porque el Fisheries Department entonces va a tener la lista de los pescadores que no van a estar pescando para tratar de ver cómo se les puede dar una asistencia. Pero también tiene un punto muy importante, señor, y yo recomendía trabajo para el gobierno, pero no soy el gobierno. Pero una recomendación personal que me gustaría hacer. En cada distrito, en la municipalidad, hay un departamento del Labor Department. Así de que estas personas probablemente, y hay otro departamento que se llama Human Development, que podían ir a registrarse y poner su causa. Ayer cuando tenían, por ejemplo, cuando tenían la prensa con el director de salud, doctor Manzanero, yo puse ahí cómo los concilios aldeanos pueden ayudar, en qué pueden, a dónde está su rol. Allá es donde los concilios podían hacer y tomar información cómo está la situación en sus comunidades para que el Departamento de Desarrollo Rural y Human Development sepan qué y cómo está la situación allá. Hay muchos temas que preguntamos porque la decisión se toma del grupo que se ha formado y aunque nosotros tenemos opiniones acá, solamente hacemos recomendación en lo que vemos aquí. Pero es buen punto lo que mencionó, señor, y es algo que, claro que me parece a mí que es un punto que debe de ser tratado. Y gracias por su llamada. Que Dios le bendiga.
Ayer con la entrevista del honorable Manuel Heredia y el alcalde de San Pedro, el ministro dijo que casi todos los hoteles en San Pedro están cayendo. Nada está pasando, no hay negocio. Y dice que también hay unos empleados de esos hoteles que van a tener que despedir para el tiempo. Él dice que también él como ministro, él no va a poder conseguir todos los recursos que él consigue para ayudar a los estudiantes y dice que hasta el alcalde él dijo que él va a tener que bajar su pago y todo. Entonces esa cosa está afectando a todos.
Sí, afecta a todos. Por ejemplo, esta mañana ustedes conocen a Lorenzo, que trabaja en Sugar City Radio, SCRS 103.1 FM. Esta mañana no pudo venir a trabajar porque el autobús y los dueños de ucanbus.com, leavessanvictor.com, ya no está funcionando y él vive en San Víctor. Yep. Así que yo puedo entender que tengo un campesino en mi hermano y mi amigo Loro, pero le voy a decir a Loro, no te preocupes, vamos a estar en comunicación y entiendo que no puedes venir a trabajar y le estamos pidiendo a Román que aguante para ti mientras él vive acá en el pueblo y vamos a ver cómo podemos hacerlo porque también él es afectado. Yo tengo un trabajador afectado y pues yo creo que debo de ayudar a mi compañero.
Morales Boss hizo un release también que dice que ya no va a estar dando servicio desde hoy también, RC.
Sí,
entonces esa cosa afecta bastante como los músicos también afecta a todos porque esa cosa de mass gathering ese es algo serio. Entonces tenemos que aceptar que está pasando. Tal vez uno va a decir, ya tú puedes decir eso porque tú tienes tú tienes el otro y así, pero no es así. No es así. Tenemos que ver qué está pasando. We have a press release issued by government of Belize today reminding Belizeans that borders are closed for entry as such Belizeans are being strongly advised against leaving the country unless it is a case of bona fide emergency. But that's from the Immigration Department, from Mrs. Deborah Baptist Estrada.
Yes, well, you see, now the borders have been closed.
All borders.
All borders have been closed. And what is being allowed, from what I gather, is that, we import food and things that come in, cargo, what we call cargo, and that will be allowed. But all for example, the internal flights, Tropic Air and the rest, they're not flying now. They are from San Pedro. They are on a 72-hour curfew, which will be reviewed after the 72-hour to see if they can take transport because the islands, they get their food and such from the mainland, Belize City and such. So after 72 hours, which is 3 days, maybe Thursday or Friday, we'll see what transpires then. But we have to wait and see. to get the official information from the government of
Yeah.
Belize.
That's talking about the port RC. So when you go to a shop, I used to want Grace chicken sausage on the shelf. You say want tulip, luncheon meat, whatever. You say different things. Then they have to come into the port. What's the situation with the northern border? Because we know that we have like German Vega and Sons. They import lots of goods from Mexico. Is that still that port?
Well, not necessarily because it's him.
I know. Yeah,
But
I'm just using
the thing is that there are certain items that need to be imported for you to consume. Okay.
There's a lot of
Consumptions
items,
Right, there are a lot of items, but at this point in time, you know, it's like a friend told me yesterday. He said, I used to buy one tin of duck. He said, and in a Willie crowd, he said, instead I eat one, we eat two. He said, and the 4 or 5 a week. He said, now what we do when we open one tin of duck, one tin of duck give for the 4 or 5 a week.
Yeah.
So that means that we have to curtail, we have to change our lifestyle and adjust to it, you know. And I will say this, I have always said it, that we should buy locally. Whatever we see we produce, we have tomatoes, we have cucumber, we have watermelon, we have melons, we have a lot of things that are nutritious. Okay, the chicken people say that they will have chicken for about 3 months in the country, so we still have access to purchasing some chicken, you know, wherever you can get some eggs. You know, you get your little flour, your little masa, and thing, and so you do your little tortilla, and then you can't live like before, where you think you're going to be grandeur. You have to adjust yourself. We are in a crisis, a global crisis. You know, the pandemic of the world is such that all over the world people are locked in.
Yeah.
And for example, in the USA, where you say, "Oh, I'm going to go buy today, and tomorrow I'm going to go buy."
No, you can't do that
they
now.
used to go and buy every day, or you know, leave it at this, or leave it at that. If you look at the news across the globe, the shelves are empty. So what are they going to eat if they didn't buy food? So, and then some of them can call in and have services. So it's affected the world. The world has been affected.
Highly to RC. So
yes.
when the ports remain open, it's not to suit one or two person. It's for all of us but you know, we have the BMDC right here in Orange Walk and over the country, RC. They promote local producers.
No,
you know?
we need to be supportive, you know. I mean, yesterday I noticed the shops closing and everything, but you can open from certain hours, I believe. People have to go and buy. You have to allow people to eat.
Yeah.
And it's internal, but I mean, the sanitation, wash your hands, stay clean, have the distance like we have here, so you can't reach. And so let us maintain that, you know. So we need to take care of ourselves.
Well, on that note, RC, it's 7:31, 29 minutes away from 8 o'clock. We'll be taking a break. That was a very long, lengthy introduction, but we have to do what we need to do, right?
Well, you see, in times of crisis, there is no time. Every minute is valuable. And,
No time.
And if we have to go a little longer, well, we go. Check it.
Yeah, all the time you have this time to take care of
I
yourself.
mean, when I see the nurses, doctors, and all the health workers, they are putting 48, 72 hours a day, and so, and then we could go a little longer sharing information. I don't mind. I love them. I pray for them, and I thank them for all the hard work and loving work that they do for all of us.
Yeah, and talking about doctors and nurses, I believe they might be here by now. So what we'll be doing, we'll be taking a break, RC, and when we come back, if they're here, then we will have them with us right here on the Sugar City Morning Show. RC1 and Robert Checker Usher takes a break, and we'll be right back right here on North Television Channel 10.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Would you support a thoroughgoing audit of the 21st century at the Lands Department?
2008 right up to 2016.
Audit from 2000 to 2016.
Acres in Tiger Creek, Forage Walk, 3,000 acres, 0.961 hectares, Jaime Briceño, John Briceño, 827.84 square yards to John Briceño, 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño, 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño, to John Briceño again, 6 acres in Progreso, the all of Progreso Gawi, 20 acres freehold to John Briceño, mid-town on the New River. Briceño, Eudaldo Briceño, and Graciano Briceño, 525 acres of land, 98.8 acres, Eligio Briceño, Graciano Briceño, and Eudaldo Briceño.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine, Rush Franz, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice the residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate?
We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass 45 minutes, have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Chunosh, Sartine, and Copperbank, and part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize. Moving Belize forward.
Okay, welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's exactly, let's see, 7:39. And with us this morning, we will be talking about the Northern Regional Hospital. We have with us the Medical Chief of Staff, Dr. Estrada, Dr. Manuel Estrada. Now, how we greet ourselves here, Dr. Estrada, is we go like this. We cross ourselves. It is Amor. Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Welcome. Dr. Estrada, I know that you and the entire medical staff at the Northern Regional Hospital, like the rest of the country, are overworked, and I know you get fatigued just like me and Shaki around here. But to start with, I just want to say that we really appreciate the good work that your staff and everyone at the Northern Regional Hospital is doing for all our people. So, and welcoming you. I have to say a big thank you first to you and your staff, sir. Now, Doctor, let's get into it. The Northern Regional Hospital here in Orange Walk. What is the coverage of Northern Regional Hospital? Let's start with that first. What do we cover?
Well, Northern Regional Hospital covers both Corozal and Orange Walk districts because we are the referral hospital for Corozal. So we are talking of a population of approximately 150,000 people for the entire two districts.
Okay, so you have all the referrals come to the Northern Regional Hospital. Now, we know that with the advent now of the COVID-19, there's a health protocol that is in place in all the hospitals countrywide in terms of the health sector. Now, talk to us about what is the situation at the Northern Regional Hospital.
Okay, so from months from when this virus started to spread out of China, and the ministry has been saying we have to get prepared, we have to prepare ourselves for this because this virus was eventually going to find its way to Belize. And yesterday, as you all heard, we have the first confirmed case. But from before this, we have been preparing ourselves. We have been having sensitizations. We have been getting our PPEs. We have been getting our staff ready for this. So right now, as you reach the gates of Northern Regional Hospital, the first thing that you will notice that the gate is closed and the security is there letting in patients in and out, okay? So why is it closed? It's not because we don't want to attend to persons. We are still doing our normal services. Our emergencies still is 24/7. We still have other patients going for other things other than respiratory symptoms. So what we are doing is having a separation from the entrance. As you reach, if the security is there, you don't have to tell the security your business, but then they will only ask you the reason why you're coming. You all have to say if you come for cough or cold or for other medical conditions. Because those with cough and colds are being put in another section, not inside the hospital building itself, because we don't want to contaminate, mix all the patients together. So those with cough and cold are going to a separate area, and the others who go for other medical conditions go in a different area.
Okay, now when you go in, for people to know where to go, is there a sign that tells?
The security is there and at the gate, and he is letting people in and out. So what we are advising as well, if a person is going sick and he can go by himself,
yes,
we are limiting the amount of people entering. We don't want any person to accompany the sick person because we're exposing that person unnecessary.
Yes.
So the less people going to the hospital itself, it's better for us. Less chances of cross-contamination.
Okay. Now, there's a question that we had about 60 texts on this one, and I will just read it because it was sent to us, and I think it's a concern. It says, can we know where is the designated isolation areas for Orange Walk? Is it at NRH or at another designated location?
Yes, the hospital itself has what we used to be the interim theater.
Yes.
Has accommodated that area for patients that need isolation or need admissions. However, designated areas, we have also looked at other areas if in case the need comes, let's say there's too many people that overwhelms the amount of beds that we have to look at other areas. For example, we have the sports complex, which can be equipped and used as an area for us.
Okay.
We have other buildings identified as well.
Okay,
because this is not only Ministry of Health, it works along with NEMO,
right,
who is also along with Ministry of Health, because this is an emergency and we don't know the extent of the crisis, how we can.
But plans are already in place in case there is a need for much space that has been identified.
Yes, it's already identified.
It
has been identified. It has been reviewed by the public health inspectors along with personnel from NEMO and other relevant authorities.
Okay, thank you very much for that. Estamos escuchando al doctor Manuel Estrada, el administrador oficial aquí en Northern Regional Hospital. Doctor, si sería tan amable, ¿podría hablarnos los comentarios que mencionó en inglés en español para que podamos avisar a nuestras videntes acá, los que están viendo, qué es lo que está sucediendo y qué es el plan en Northern Regional Hospital?
Sí, muy buenos días a los radio oyentes y a los que los miran por la televisión o por algún medio social. Sí, el plan que Northern Regional tiene es que ahorita, como ven, cuando llega al hospital, el portón está cerrado y ahí está el personal de seguridad. Cuando tú llegas, tú no tienes que decirle al seguridad tu motivo por consulta. Solo tienes que decirle, vengo por tos o vengo por otros servicios. Okay. Entonces, dependiendo en eso, el seguridad te va a mandar a un área designado. El área designado para los que están con tos, gripe, síntomas de respiración, infección respiratorios alta, van a otro área del hospital, es un poquito más atrás, donde ahí el médico los va a examinar y si necesita hacerles los exámenes se va a hacer. Mientras en la área del hospital ahí siguen los servicios por normal. Las clínicas, las consultas, por ejemplo, para los especialistas, para los diabéticos, los hipertensos, todo eso, ya se han suspendido. Cirugías electivos, esos que pueden esperar, se han suspendido. La emergencia, el servicio de emergencia sigue 24 horas, pero como su nombre dice, es emergencia, cosa que es algo urgente. Otras medidas que se han tomado para evitar que más gente se contagie es que al llegar al portón, solo el enfermo está permitido entrar, a menos que sea un niño o una persona mayor o alguien que tenga una discapacidad y necesita a alguien que lo ayude, entonces se permite entrar. Porque entre menos gente entra al hospital, menos posibilidad de contagio tenemos.
Ok, simplemente entonces al entrar la portada está cerrada, donde está una persona de seguridad, y eso es para poder controlar los casos para evitar contaminación.
Sí.
Así de que cuando un paciente va a entrar, lo que está diciendo, el paciente entonces entra, avisa qué es lo que va a hacer y lo pueden dirigir.
Sí.
Así de que únicamente se está aceptando casos de emergencia ahorita por la inquietud y todos la caución que se tiene que tomar en esta enfermedad de COVID-19. Pero ahora sabemos de que tienen su plan. Su plan es para controlar. Si alguien tiene una tos, ¿qué significa eso?
Si alguien tiene una tos, se manda por un área separado. Entonces, acuérdese que el hecho que una persona tenga tos no quiere decir automáticamente que es COVID-19. Aún todavía estamos en la época de los flus. Pueden ver los otros influencias que son los normal que hay a través de este periodo. Entonces, no todos los flus quiere decir COVID-19. Y eso es lo que tiene mucha gente inquietud. Ahora está con gripe, entonces dice, yo también ya tengo el COVID-19, empiezan a tener pánico, ¿no? Entonces eso es lo que hay que tener en cuenta, que hay otros flus todavía, siguen las otras enfermedades, por ejemplo el dengue, siguen las otras enfermedades que normalmente hay en esta época.
Así, la cosa es que hay que avisar a la gente de que no tener miedo. Hay que estar alerto. Alerto, uno tiene que estar alerto, pero no tener miedo, porque en los medios, la red social media allá, todos hacían sus comentarios y les avisamos que escuchen los mensajes oficial y que no se lleven por los chismes que se están marcando en las redes sociales, porque en Facebook, como dice uno, hay tantos médicos, enfermeras allá, y eso no vale. Tiene que venir algo oficial, y por eso agradecemos su presencia acá. Vamos a recibir esta llamada. Sugar City Morning Show, buenos días.
Buenos días. Hablando de eso de la tos, solo que tiene pregunta al doctor. Si uno tiene medicamento que le han dado en el hospital, ¿lo puede seguir tomando?
Sí, incluso los síntomas si tú tienes síntomas de tos, dolor de garganta, fiebre, lo que se aconseja es evitar el hospital. Si tú tienes esos medicamentos, tú lo puedes seguir utilizando.
Tengo la clorexidina y tengo el naproxen.
Sí, puedes utilizar si tienes para dolor, por ejemplo, el Tylenol, si tienes para tos, Benadryl, Ambroxol, cualquier jarabe para la tos. Lo que si ves que los síntomas después de 3-5 días no mejoran y ves que estás empeorando, a esas personas sí estamos invitando que sí tengan que venir a una evaluación por el médico, ¿verdad? Porque hay veces muchos de los common colds también están allá afuera y entonces puede ser un simple common cold. Lo que sí aconsejamos medidas de precaución, porque uno no sabe si es un common cold o no sabe si es COVID-19, entonces las medidas generales son para todos: lavarse la mano, no toserse al aire libre, conseguir papel higiénico o papel para toser y disponer de ello inmediatamente, lavarse las manos. Si tienes el cubriboca, es para proteger a los demás en la casa, que tú tengas que contagiar a otras personas, ¿verdad? Etcétera.
Muchas gracias por su llamada. Bendiciones. Bueno, solo queremos avisar a nuestros televidentes de que puede llamar al número 302-2170 o puede mandar un mensaje texto o WhatsApp a 600-57-69, 600-5769 o 620-4856. Así de que, bueno, doctor, sabemos de que gente se puede excitar y queda nervioso en estos tiempos, y el pánico que existe ya. ¿Cómo calmamos esta situación?
Yo creo que, como bien dijiste, no podemos estar siguiendo todo lo que se pone en las redes sociales. Lo primero que tenemos que hacer es seguir las normas, las guías las recomendaciones que se están poniendo en las páginas oficiales del Ministerio de Salud Público, la página oficial del Northern Regional Hospital. Entonces, educarse primero, leer bien las cosas oficiales que se publican. Entonces, nosotros los guiamos por criterios que es los basados de la Organización Mundial de Salud, la Organización Panamericana de Salud, la CDC, y por eso mismo la portada se cierra, porque estamos limitando la cantidad de gente que se debe estar. Como tú bien sabes, 25 personas es lo que se recomienda, lo máximo en un área junto en este momento de esta epidemia o pandemia. Entonces, nosotros también tratamos de poner 25 personas a la vez, no más de eso, para evitar mayor riesgo de contaminación.
Bueno, alguien mandó un mensaje acá. Está en inglés. Can persons call for ambulance service for symptoms of COVID-19?
No. Ambulance service should be reserved only for real emergency cases. If you call ambulance for symptoms of COVID-19, you're exposing the nurse, you're exposing the driver, you're exposing whoever attends to it. And the least we want to have is more people exposed. If it is, as I said, cough and cold, and there's no signs of respiratory distress, what is recommended to treat at home, stay at home, self-isolate. You don't need to come to the hospital because it's impossible to test everybody.
Yes. No. In terms of people want to communicate to the hospital, is there a hotline, numbers they can call?
Yes.
How to reach?
Yes, we have the number, the usual hospital number, which is 302-2072. But apart from that, the Ministry of Health has published some hot numbers in which you can call and ask for advice.
Okay, we'll mention those a little later. We have them. We're going to take a short break and we'll be right back.
The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional roadworks will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan Muriatic acid now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Rostrands, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Rostrands.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
And we also asked Fonseca about a recording secretly made of former party leader John Briceño when he was putting Fonseca on serious blast. So we asked Fonseca about it today.
John Briceño, he has gone mad. We really have to sit back and reflect on what he's saying. Launching this tirade, this attack, is absolutely disgraceful and difficult to understand. But the truth is, in any other country, with a few exceptions, had them made such outlandish statements, this man would be forced to resign, to demit office immediately.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's 8 o'clock in the morning. We have with us at the moment, we have Dr. Manuel Estrada. He's the Medical Chief of Staff at the Northern Regional Hospital here in Orange Walk Town. Now, as you heard, the Northern Regional Hospital is one that attends to referrals from both districts, Orange Walk and Corozal, so you can see the number of influx of patients that are seen there. And as Dr. Estrada had indicated, both districts include approximately 150,000 citizens, so you can see the work that is there. And if you have any question you'd like to ask the doctor, you can call 302-2170. That's our phone line in the studios, so that he can answer your questions as you wish. We have him with us, and we're very privileged to do so. One of the questions, doctor, that people are asking is about visitors. Una de las preguntas que hacen es de visitantes al hospital. ¿Podemos darle una información?
Sí, la cantidad de visitantes a los pacientes que ya están hospitalizados también está limitado, porque, como tú sabes, esta enfermedad afecta a personas de 65 para arriba con mayor porcentaje. Entonces, tal vez si la abuela o el abuelo se ingresó por diabetes o por presión alta, y si tenemos mucha gente visitando, tal vez no sabemos cuál de estas personas lleva el virus, o sea, portador del virus, y puede contaminar a la abuela. Entonces, la abuela ya no se va a complicar por la diabetes, por la presión, sino que se va a complicar por contraer el COVID-19. Entonces, estamos limitando la cantidad de visitantes por paciente. Si no hay necesidad de ir y se puede hablar a la abuela por teléfono o usar videochat o otra forma y evitar la cantidad de gente yendo al hospital, es mucho mejor. Entonces, eso es lo que estamos haciendo, porque entre menos gente llega a visitar a las personas ingresadas, y si lo pueden hacer por videochat, teléfono, otros medios sociales, sería mucho mejor. Entonces, ese es el advice que estamos dando al público.
Así que este consejo que se le dan al público es para evitar también, como ha mencionado el doctor, la contaminación que uno puede traer y colocarse a un ser querido. Sabemos que nosotros que estamos mayores de 65 años estamos de mayor riesgo, así que hay que tener mucho cuidado. Y bueno, doctor, otra pregunta que normalmente se hace cuando estamos en el show. ¿Quién puede acompañar a un paciente, dice visitante, pero ¿quién puede acompañar? Es una persona que, por ejemplo, pueda entender español, puede entender inglés para explicarse, porque a veces hay mucha gente y hay que la persona que va a acompañar a la persona que está enfermo debe ser una persona que puede comunicar para explicarle al médico o a la enfermera qué es su situación.
Sí. Si es un niño, pues normalmente los padres se permite un padre que vaya al que sepa más del niño, el que tenga más familiarizado con el niño. Si es una persona adulto mayor, porque a veces los adultos mayores a veces no escuchan, y entonces se recomienda a alguien el que esté más atendiendo a ese señor mayor o esa señora mayor. Alguien que le pueda darle sus medicamentos, que sepa seguir las indicaciones que el médico le indica. Entonces, esas son las personas que se recomienda ir con esas personas.
Ok, muy bien. ¿Hay alguna otra información que quisiera compartir con nosotros?
Sí, como parte de medidas generales de prevención, en la sala de espera, las sillas se han marcado con X para mantener una distancia entre un paciente y el otro paciente. Entonces pedimos que se respete esa distancia porque lo hacemos no solo por nosotros, sino lo hacemos para protegerte a ti, que tú llegaste al hospital, tal vez llegaste por diabetes o por presión alta, pero al juntarse juntos puede ser la posibilidad de contaminarse. Entonces las sillas están marcadas con X a dónde se debe sentar uno, a dónde debe estar. Esas son recomendaciones que el Ministerio de Salud los está dando, y no solo es del Ministerio, sino viene de la CDC. Entonces, como dicen, la distancia entre una persona y la otra persona recomendable son 6 pies o 2 metros. Entonces pedimos respetar esa distancia.
Así que hay que, entonces le pedimos a la ciudadanía que cuando vayan al hospital que tengan mucha paciencia y entendimiento, porque como ha indicado el doctor Estrada, de que en las sillas hay una X marcado para mantener la distancia oficial para evitar contaminación. Así de que lo que debemos de hacer es realmente seguir las informaciones oficiales que viene del Ministerio de Salud, particularmente aquí en Belice, y sabemos que son medidas para que tengamos mucho cuidado con nuestra propia salud.
Sí, medidas preventivas.
Así es.
También tenemos en las paredes los hand sanitizers, que es lo que recomendamos a la gente, que constantemente se esté limpiando las manos, porque también se conoce que este virus se transmite porque se queda en la superficie de cualquier cosa, y entonces si lo tocas y desde tocas la cara, la mano, la boca, etcétera, te puedes contaminar. Okay. Entonces lavado de agua y jabón si es posible, y si no, alcohol based hand sanitizers.
Ok. Doctor, ahora los trabajadores de salud, de health team, y le digo health workers, se están entrenando y ya recibieron entrenamiento. ¿Cómo es que ellos se cuidan?
Sí, los health workers o los trabajadores de salud también tienen que tomar extra precauciones, porque somos los que estamos en la línea frontal, los frontline workers. Sí. Entonces, tenemos nuestros medios de protección. Si pensamos que es una persona que es highly sospechoso de ser un COVID-19 patient, usamos nuestras máscaras, usamos nuestros guantes, usamos nuestros goggles, etcétera, y si es necesario el gown.
Bueno,
tenemos nuestros medios de protección.
Bueno, otra pregunta que se nos hace es el cubreboca. ¿Cuándo se usa el cubreboca? ¿Todo el tiempo? Okay. ¿Cuándo se debe usar?
El cubreboca hay dos tipos principalmente. El surgical one, que es el que se amarra. Ese se utiliza si tú estás con tos. Y lo recomendamos para evitar que esa persona tuesa y las virus, las partículas virales se difundan, se hagan spread a otras personas. Entonces, esa máscara es para evitar seguir contagiando más personas, ¿verdad? Entonces, el N95 es el que el healthcare worker utiliza, y ese sí no permite que cuando él respire o ella respire, las partículas virales penetren. Entonces, ese ofrece mayor protección para el trabajador de salud, que es el que está en contacto directo con el paciente.
Okay, así que si yo estoy andando en casa o en el camino, ¿es necesario que use la cubreboca?
Si está en su casa y no está tosiendo, no hay otra gente en su casa, no tiene otros niños, no tiene otro abuelito, no es necesario. Pero si está en su casa y tiene otros niños, tiene otras personas mayores, otras personas con otras enfermedades, sí es recomendable utilizarlo, porque usted quiere proteger a los demás que viven en su casa también. Entonces la mascarilla es para evitar que cuando tuesa, esos virus se expandan en toda la casa.
Pero porque vemos en la calle ahora, unos lo usan, otros no.
Uh-huh.
¿Qué es la recomendación?
La recomendación es solo si estás con tos, utilizarlo.
Ok, así que si no tienes tos y no tienes la máscara, puedes andar sin ello. Uh-huh. Pero si tienes el tos, ve que cubras tu boca para no contaminar a más gente. Doctor, ¿algo más que usted quisiera presentar a nuestra audiencia?
Sí, solo que una de las cosas es que, como tú dijimos al principio, la misinformación y los rumores es algo que causa el pánico. Entonces, les suplicamos a la población que los está viendo o escuchando que vean los medios oficiales. No vean a los rumores, porque los rumores causan más problemas que la verdad.
Doctor, muchísimas gracias por venir con nosotros.
Gracias por la
Le agradecemos y le deseamos todo lo mejor también para ustedes y todo tu equipo. Que Dios les bendiga saludable y muchísimas gracias, por favor, a todo el equipo por lo que hacen para nosotros. Lo agradecemos mucho de todo corazón y oramos por todos ustedes también. Sí, muchísimas gracias. Coming up next, we'll be having with us a senior public health nurse, Nurse Esther DeVille, who will be talking about pregnant women services offered by the Maternal and Child Health Unit. So stay tuned as we continue with more healthcare information for all of you.
Someone come? Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. Fastest question of the day. Why you the letter here?
Who sent me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you do it too?
Oh man, no.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
So all of that? Well, know that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Look at the people leading the PUP anti-corruption charade. The $3 million man, who the U.S. Ambassador Dieter wrote to Washington about credible reports that he accepted a $3 million bribe for an oil contract, which he used to purchase his cable company. The malignant tumor, who diverted tens of millions of dollars sent from Venezuela for medicine and housing for the poor to settle his friend's private UHS debt. Mr. 666, who while he was Minister of Education, over $666,000 meant for scholarships to poor students, was diverted to friends and cronies. Even a 4-year-old got thousands of dollars under this scam. Baby Toomer, who is the principal in the company that received $3.5 million for a piece of land close to the Philip Golson Airport. Belize, these are the leaders of your new PUP.
You have an 8-cylinder powerful engine disguised as an aluminum alloy that spins at 8,000 revolutions per minute.
Goes like this. You think it's a turbo?
No, with a cleaning of injectors and a change of oil, you will run more efficient, my friend.
For those who understand the engine like it talks to you, we speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent German Vega and Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
The sunny days are here, and whether it's for a picnic or in your kitchen, you need the meat. Gillette's Meat Chop proudly offers a variety of juicy cuts such as processed meats, ham, bacon, salami, longaniza, and sugar cure ham, just to mention a few. Enjoy our meats in beef, pork, and mutton. So for that healthy cut your family enjoys, visit us at number 18 San Antonio Road in Orange Walk from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. Saturdays, 7 a.m. to 12:30 and 3 to 5 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. Place your orders at 322-3486 or 322-2175 or even 610-4061. Send us an email at derekgillett31@gmail.com. Gillette's Meat Chop, fresh and processed meats.
¡Ay, qué rico! El mismo PUP que tú estás hablando, el mismo PUP, ese es el cáncer del PUP que debes de hablar, ese cáncer que tenemos. Ese es el cáncer que tenemos que cumplir en este país. Ese cáncer que quitaron y robaron millones y millones y millones y millones y millones de dólares de la gente. Eso hizo un poquito de dinero. Millones, tens of millions of dollars. Where are those millionaires? Those people that get millions of dollars over the generation that we are the government. Where are those people that buy tickets? Millions of dollars that will keep it on here, but they're not followed here. They need to bring money back to the PUP. Money that belongs to our people to make it happen. That money does not belong in foreign bank accounts.
World-class spaces for Belizean athletes to thrive and fans to enjoy. Our new basketball and multi-purpose arenas have proven their worth, attracting regional and international sporting events and hosting expos, conferences, and proud graduates. Your government moving Belize forward.
The Philip Golson Highway between Belize City and the Philip Golson International Airport is getting a major facelift to the tune of $31.5 million. Section B of the highway upgrading project between Haulover Bridge and the Buttonwood Bay Boulevard roundabout is underway at an investment of $21 million. Works consist of the full rehabilitation of the road to paved standard, which includes the widening of the road to 4 lanes, lined sidewalks and drains, wide shoulders, median, and parking plus a bus lane at designated sections of the road. LED road lighting will be installed along with road safety features such as signs, reflectors, and road markings. The project will also facilitate in the improvement of underground infrastructure for the public utility companies. The Government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's 18 minutes after the hour of 8 o'clock. We want to welcome with us this morning Nurse Esther DeVille. She is the senior public health nurse. Public health nurse.
Yeah.
And this morning, she will be talking to us about a concern, particularly for women and other health matters, but particularly about the pregnant women. But before we do that, let's take this call. Sugar City Morning Show, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning.
Everybody.
Morning.
I have a prayer for you this morning.
Thank you.
Oh Lord, the Governor, bless the leaders of our land, that we may be people at peace among ourselves, and a blessing to other nations of the earth. Father, we come together in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ, our Redeemer, to offer you our worship, praise, and thanksgiving. To you belong all power and glory. You are the source of all goodness. Let our worship bear witness to your peace and saving power. Through your Spirit, may we ever rejoice in the abiding presence of our risen and ascending Lord. Amen.
Amen. Thank you so much, and God bless you too. Yes, Nurse DeVille. Now, you'll be talking to us about pregnant women. So what can we tell pregnant women about their services and what you call it, appointments?
Appointments.
Okay.
So, yes, good morning, listeners. With recommendation from the Ministry of Health, our service at the Maternal Child Health includes prenatal, immunization, taking of pap smears, family planning. All those services has been suspended. Okay, they are extremely important. They are very important. I know the population out there are concerned about this service. However, at this point, our recommendation is stay at home. Stay at home, protect. Life comes first, right?
Yes.
And even though services like immunizations are there to protect life, at this point, it is too risky to come out with the pandemic that we are having. And especially now that we have a case already in Belize. So, for the pregnant mothers, the recommendation is to contact your nurse. There is we have a total of 5 health centers, 4 that are rural health centers, and the one that we have here at the Orange Walk, town. So those patients who are pregnant and have started a clinic, they know where they attend. Contact your nurse. They will be messaging you via. The recommendation is to communicate through via phone, WhatsApp, all those media, all those via ways of communication. Then, we also have a page which is Vaccination Orange Walk. We will be answering all those questions that you have. You can message us through messengers through Vaccination Orange Walk. We will be having also some other numbers that we will be issuing through that Facebook account that we have. And contact those who have high risk and need to be seen by gynecologists. We will be telling you when to come and what time to come, because we don't want people to come and tell everyone 8 o'clock and then we're not doing our separation of patients. So we will tell you what time you will be coming so that, yes, you will be seen. That doesn't mean that you will not be seen, but those are high risk. Those who have appointment with the gynecologist, communicate with us. Now it is communication between you and the nurse or the healthcare provider is extremely important. Immunizations do not come to your appointment if there's no need to expose your child at this point. It is too risky. Stay at home. And whenever the green flag or the all clear has been given by the government of Belize, it will be then that we will be telling you how to proceed and how we will be catching up with those immunizations. Okay. It is important. However, the life of your child at this point is of most important for us right now. We want to protect your child and you as well.
Okay, nurse. So if there is a pregnant woman about to give birth, let's say in the rural area, and they had been having their clinic in town, how do they get in touch with you?
If they are in the rural area and they come in town, it would be the same mean. Communicate with your healthcare provider. We will be, if you are in labor, maternity ward is not closed, maternity ward is open, so you will be coming to deliver at maternity ward. What the communication for us is to identify if there's any risk and if there's any need to see us, yes, we will see you. But by seeing you, giving you a date and a time, a specific time which will not coincide with other clients. That's the reason of this appointment.
Okay, so those who have appointments should abide by it.
No,
So those appointments now-
We have people who had appointments set from months before.
Yes.
Call your healthcare provider.
Okay.
Call your healthcare provider. We will be setting new appointments.
Okay, that's
Meaning,
the key.
new appointments. Meaning then, if, for instance, I'll give you an example. Right now, every 15 minutes, we have 3 persons because we have 3 consultation rooms. Okay? So if you come half an hour before your time, we're looking at having at least 15 to 20 persons waiting for the service.
Okay.
Right? That is what we don't want. That's the reason why all those appointments have been canceled. We are setting new appointments that there will only be 1 or 2 persons the most waiting outside. We don't want no one to be waiting. We want a service. As a matter of fact, if you come in a vehicle, we'll let you stay in your vehicle and you just come in for your service and out. Service and out. That is what is the recommendation. Not even to sit and wait at the hospital. It is too risky there.
Okay, so the key on information right now is those women who have been coming and were given an appointment date, that you need to put that aside.
Yes.
And now you need to make new appointments to fit into the schedule of attention and safe distancing.
Even is not to make new appointment. It is to call with your healthcare provider. They will be doing the screening via phone. If there's any alarming sign, they will give you an appointment.
Okay.
You understand?
If there is.
If there is any alarming sign, there is the need. For instance, I'm talking to the person, I will be asking questions, and if I realize, okay, I need to see this person, then I give an appointment. The message is stay home. But that doesn't mean you're going to risk your life otherwise at home.
Right.
If you have any question, call us.
Okay.
We are not opening for everybody to get an appointment. Those services are important, and we know that the mothers want the best for their unborn baby. We all want that. But at this point, stay at home, communicate via the Facebook account. We have people in front of those computers answering all the questions.
Okay, bueno, estamos hablando sobre los casos de mujeres embarazadas y cómo se deben de comunicar con el hospital y sus centros de salud para recibir mayor y apropiada atención. Así de que podemos ahora explicarlo un poco en español.
Sí. Para las mujeres embarazadas que están allá afuera o tienen los niños para vacunación que tienen cita pendiente, no vengan a su cita. Esas citas todas se han cancelado. ¿Por qué? Porque no queremos personas que vengan al hospital, y sabemos que en el hospital vienen todos los pacientes enfermos y es un centro donde puede estar en alto riesgo de contagiarse. Y la recomendación del ministerio o del gobierno es quédense en casa. Por lo tanto, estamos llevándonos por esa recomendación. ¿Qué es lo que usted va a hacer? Usted va a comunicarse con su enfermera. Varias personas tienen el número de las enfermeras, especialmente de las enfermeras rurales. Tenemos un Facebook para los de Orange Walk Town, que es Vaccination Orange Walk. Búsquenos en Facebook. Nos mandan mensaje a través, está NRH, también tiene su Facebook, NRH, Northern Regional Hospital. Mándenos mensaje, tenemos personas sentados enfrente de la computadora respondiendo todas las preguntas que ustedes tengan. Si en un dado caso usted tiene alguna duda, alguna pregunta, algo que quieran saber de su estado de salud de usted, vamos a estar comunicándonos con ustedes. Entonces, en esa entrevista que le vamos a hacer, si se requiere que venga al hospital, miramos que su vida está más en riesgo ahora que contagiarse o conseguir el coronavirus allá afuera. Sí. Les vamos a dar una hora, qué día y una hora. Entonces la persona espera y solo el servicio es rápido y para su casa, para hacer la evaluación y a su casa. No queremos personas que estén afuera esperando en grupos
grupos, eso estamos evitando. Las personas que no estén sentados en las sillas en outpatient esperando para un servicio, eso lo estamos evitando. Las personas que tenían cita para planificación familiar, para Papá Nicolau, no vengan. Pregúntenos y vamos a ver cómo podemos trabajar con ustedes a través, haciendo citas, pero los que están de planificación familiar, hay que comunicarnos. Ese es el mensaje.
Bueno, así que es apropiado de que se conozca la forma mejor para comunicar. Y ha mencionado que está en Facebook, Vaccination Orange Walk.
Sí, Vaccination Orange Walk.
Así que hay que buscar esta página en Facebook y ponerle mayor atención y hacer sus preguntas allá. Y como había mencionado Nurse DeVille, que ahí hay alguien todo el tiempo que va a estar leyendo su inquietud para poder contestarle a usted, para que tenga mayor información. Y se le aconseja que debemos quedarnos en casa. Quedarnos en casa. ¿Qué más tiene para nosotros acá esta mañana?
Eso es lo más importante. Quédense en casa a cuidar los niños. Si tienen algún familiar o algo urgente que tengan que ir a hacer, la recomendación, quédense en casa. Pero si no puede por alguna razón, deje los niños en casa, no salgan en grupo. Busque la manera de que esos niños no tengan que estar con ustedes acompañándolos, visitando otras personas. También no solo quedarse en casa, sino decir a los familiares que no me visiten. No me visiten porque es lo mismo, ¿no? Sí. Entonces, no visitar a nadie, que no le visiten en casa y comunicar. Siempre hay manera de comunicar, especialmente si hay algún anciano en la casa, por favor. Hay que evitar los contactos.
Ok, bueno. Quisiera de parte de todos nosotros agradecer a todos ustedes que trabajan en el hospital, los frontline workers. Estamos muy agradecidos de su profesionalismo y también de todo corazón oramos por todos ustedes porque sabemos que ustedes están enfrentando esto para nosotros, y como dicen sus sayings, si ustedes lo enfrentan allá afuera, que nosotros nos quedemos en casa.
Claro.
Así que por favor le diga a todas sus trabajadoras que estamos muy agradecidos, les queremos mucho y oramos que Dios les bendiga a todos, que nos mantenga salvo y sano. Y muchísimas gracias por todo.
Una cosa nada más quiero mencionar es las clínicas móviles.
Ok, por favor.
Eso se me estaba olvidando. Las clínicas móviles, todos se han cancelado.
Okay.
No, los que están en las aldeas escuchándonos, no esperen la clínica, que no vamos a ir hasta que nos digan que podemos regresar.
Okay.
Muchas gracias.
No, gracias a usted también por venir, y sabemos que tiene mucho trabajo que hacer y agradecemos que he tomado el tiempo para venir a darle la información.
Muchas
a nuestra
gracias.
audiencia. Que Dios les bendiga.
Gracias.
Feliz día.
Gracias.
We'll be right back, and when we come back, we'll be having with us Mr. Rafael Castillo. He's a district health educator, and we'll be talking about community preparation and continued health education. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city? Maybe it's because you've been too busy enjoying the results. More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Take a journey with us to endless possibilities. Our future as a country is now. DigiNet Boost is countrywide. Taking Belize into the future. A nationwide technological evolution. As the most advanced fiber connection, DigiNet Boost is a step forward into a modern world. Belize is powered by DigiNet. DigiNet Boost, now available countrywide.
Would you support a thorough audit of the 21st century Ambulance Department? 2008 right up to 2016. Audit from 2000 to 2016.
John Briceño, 5.4 acres to John Briceño and Jaime Briceño, 20 acres in Progreso to John Briceño. To John Briceño again, 6 acres in Progreso, the all of Progreso Yogawi, 20 acres freehold to John Briceño in Tonga River. To Eligio Briceño, Eudaldo Briceño, and Graciano Briceño, 525 acres of land, 98.8 acres Briceño, Graciano Briceño, and Eudaldo Briceño.
Six cylinders to pure potential and better performance.
It looks like it vibrates. You think it could be the horsepower?
With a quart of oil and the calibration of the injectors, it will start to get the watchers again on the street.
We take a motor to its optimal level. We speak machine. Rush France, making the world function. Authorized agent, German Vega & Sons. Telephone number 322-3625. Email germanvega@btl.net.
Notice to residents of rural communities in Orange Walk and Corozal districts. If you value your health and your children's health, you will dispose of your garbage only at approved sites. The disposal of garbage at any other location is illegal, and if caught, you can be fined up to $5,000. If you don't get caught, you can still suffer health impacts caused by these illegal sites, because illegal dump sites harbor pests such as rodents, possums, and mosquitoes that carry diseases. These can transmit those diseases to you and your children. In addition, the garbage you throw away illegally can contaminate water bodies near your community, the same water bodies you might use for recreation or other purposes. Only with your help can the Department of Environment ensure that Belize's development is safe for present and future generations. You can also contact your local village councils or Belize Solid Waste Management Authority for more information. The Department of Environment thanks you for your help.
Our economy benefits when goods and mobile services get to their destination quickly. When citizens are able to travel without frustration and undue hurdles, everyone benefits as well. The government of Belize is happy to announce the imminent upgrades to the Corozal-Sartaneja Road. 27 miles of road will be upgraded to paved standards and will include the replacement of 2 ferries with new bridges.
Why is it that we're going to invest in Sartaneja? Why is it that we have to take $50 million to invest in an area where we do not have a political directorate? We believe that as a government, we have to provide a service to all Belizeans.
Well, this for the village of Chunosh is a big advantage both ways. Sometimes when we got sickness, we got people sick at the clinic there, women. When we reach at the ferry, can't pass, 45 minutes have to wait. So now this road will benefit whole village, Sartaneja and Kaparbank, and part of Progreso too. Well, it's really important for us.
I know that our village is not so much developed with tourism because it's a remote village. And for that reason, we don't have a lot of tourism over there. But now with this upgrading of the road and the pavement of the road, I think that, I believe and I think that it will be much beneficial for us and for everybody.
More for Belizeans, more for Belize, the government of Belize, moving Belize forward. The San Ignacio-Santa Elena Bypass Project is now complete. The transformation began in 2012, and now residents of the Twin Towns and visitors alike are enjoying the end result. Works include the full pavement of Lamalus Boulevard, along with 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage, LED lighting, and a roundabout at the entrance of Santa Elena. The Twin Towns now boast the longest and widest bridge in Belize, immune to flooding from the occasional rise in water levels of the McCall River. A bypass road was also built linking the new bridge to Joseph Andrews Drive, which was rehabilitated, as well as 1 mile of pavement, a median, and 2 miles of sidewalks and drainage. This was all done to the tune of $34.8 million. But that's not all. The project was extended due to savings from the successful execution and implementation of the initial scope of works. Now over 2 miles of additional works will commence, including George Price Avenue, Liberty Avenue, and the George Price Highway between Three Flags and Hawksworth Bridge. The government of Belize, moving Belize forward.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show when it's exactly 8:38. How time flies. This morning we're talking with health officials from the Northern Regional Hospital. Joining us at this time we have Mr. Rafael Castillo. He's the district health educator, and we'll be talking about community preparation and continued health education. Very, very important. Rafael, good morning and welcome to Sugar City Morning Show. How
Good morning,
doing?
Mr. Ben. I'm doing good.
Yeah, taking care of yourself?
Yes,
I
doing our
know
best.
we in the media and you there, we would like to stay home, but we need to do the work that we've been entrusted to do.
Yes.
Communication, health education is a key component in maintaining your community and oneself healthy. What is happening? What information can you share with us this morning in terms of preparation and health education?
In terms of Orange Walk, last week when it was announced that the schools will be closed, then we went into crunch time. We had a schedule for the month of March to cover the schools. We saw the decision really put us on crunch time. We involved all the community health workers, stakeholders, NDAC, BFLA, to cover as much schools as possible to carry out the message of prevention, which is what my department focuses on, and preventing the transmission of not only COVID-19 but common cold and flu, which if we practice the hand and respiratory hygiene, the message that we are taking out to the community, you can prevent transmission of any respiratory illness, including COVID-19. So it's more like sensitizing the staff, administration, on what they can do at school, at home, in their communities to ensure that their communities are prepared in the event that, well, now the inevitable has happened. We have a case now, so now we are much more focused on the health education message in the communities.
Okay, but that's good because of the urgency and the time in which a person was identified with COVID-19. So you didn't really get to finish the whole process, the entire process. But what would be the best message to give people? I believe your program was water and sanitation hygiene, the wash handing and hands.
Yes.
So people have said, oh, we hurry wash your hands. So what would be what they call in seconds, más o menos el tiempo que uno debe de tomar para lavar su mano y cómo lo hace?
Pues uno debe porque se pide de lavar la mano constantemente cuando toca objetos que bastantes personas tocan también. En cualquier superficie adentro de la casa, el negocio o en la escuela, que bastante gente vienen en contacto con esas superficies, ¿no? Pero se pide lavar las manos. Estamos viendo gente que están usando los guantes. No se recomienda porque los guantes son para solo usar una vez.
Sí.
Si pongo unos guantes y toco algo que todos tocan, ya se contaminó el guante, lo tengo que botar, tengo que usar otro. No queremos que nada reemplace lavando las manos. Es muy importante. Y practicar la higiene respiratoria. No estén estornudando, tosiendo en el aire libre, sino en un papel higiénico o una toalla, pero deshacerse de esos materiales inmediatamente y lavar las manos inmediatamente también.
Bueno, así de que se recomienda lavar la mano más frecuente. Al
Sí.
tocar cosas, al salir, al entrar, lavar las manos apropiadamente y entre los dedos,
Sí.
porque a veces aquí se traba. Y
Bajo
hay
las
que-
uñas.
las uñas, de veras tengo que cortar mis uñas.
Sí.
Está un poquito muy largo. Hay que, para poder limpiar o mantenerlos limpio. Y también mencionaste de las toallas, de que una vez que se usan hay que desecharlo, hay que botarlo, ¿no? Y es mejor usar toallas de papel, ¿verdad?
Sí.
Sí, porque hay unos dicen, voy a tomar una toalla de trapo porque cada rato, no. Cada vez que lo usas puedes poner la contaminación allá.
Sí.
Y esos hay que lavarlos también con chlorinate wash.
Ujú.
Así que es mejor usar los de trapo blanco, bleach it out, wash it out, guindarlo en el sol, right?
Sí.
How important is that, what they say, to hang your clothes and such in the sun?
It's very important. We know that some germs are killed upon
Stick to your
exposure
clothes.
to ultraviolet light. We know that some germs like viruses cannot survive for very long on fabric. But the importance of proper hygiene, even with the surfaces, I was reading that the latest research on the COVID-19, that it can survive up to 3 to 5 days on plastic
Okay.
and steel. It can survive 24 hours on cardboard, and it can survive up to 2 hours in the open air. So surfaces, apart from hand washing, make sure that surfaces,
All your surfaces.
yes, tables where people congregate, you eat at home, the television remote, something that a lot of people touch, cell phones, which are now being classified as a potential spreader of disease
Carrier.
because of the
Carrier of news and all kind of things.
yeah.
Yes.
So there are many things that people can do. The message right now that we have a case that we need to focus on as well is stay home, and try to avoid. We know that you might need to come out to maybe go to the bank or go to the grocery store, but make these trips very brief. Minimize contact with individuals, practice social distancing, and ensure that you try to remain at home as much as possible. I mean, the less time you spend outside, the less the probability that you will be exposed. And right now, I still see a lot of people out, especially in communities where we're getting calls on a daily basis, a lot of calls, which investigations we're doing of people saying, this person came from San Pedro, this person came from Kikaker, but they themselves are out.
Yes.
Yes, I see the person, he's right there at home, you're out. What are you doing outside? We're asking that you call the hotline, you give the name, contact number of the person, and let the ministry follow up, like what the Director of Health Services say. Let the ministry do the follow-up work, and hopefully we're able to contain
Right.
and not spread the disease.
So in essence, we have to continue to stress people stay at home. You go out only if need be.
Yes.
Like you go to the grocery store to buy something, or you go to you call and check at the hospital. A doctor mentioned the emergency area is open for emergencies. And things and such. Now in the rural communities, in the villages, now we know it was mentioned that we have 1 in town, a clinic, and 4 in the villages. So what message would you give them in the villages? For example, in most villages have water systems. Okay, they have water that they need to use and such. And if they need to drink that water, they should boil it and things and such prior to.
Yes.
So what message you give particularly to the rural community right now? We have 24 villages in Orange Walk, and we have 27 villages in Corozal. And countrywide, there's approximately about 180 villages countrywide. So in terms of, let's keep it Orange Walk and Corozal, since we're talking this morning about the northern region. What advice would you give them?
Well, in the communities that like you mentioned, we have 24 communities in the Orange Walk district. We have these communities have community health workers. We have 5 catchment areas when it comes to health, 1 in town, and you mentioned 4 in the rural areas. These 4 are the health centers, which serve certain communities. For example, you have Zenobia Megs in San Jose that services San Luis, San Roman, Douglas, Nuevo San Juan. Then you have the Guinea Grass Health Center, which services Shipyard, Guinea Grass.
One in San Felipe?
In San Felipe, and one in Agas Pine Ridge.
Yes.
These health centers are staffed with nurses and caretakers that can answer your questions as well on a daily basis. The community health workers work along with them. The message in the community is that, the same as we have always been saying, they practice proper hand washing and hygiene. We are not having health education in gatherings anymore.
So use forums like this to,
yes,
because we need to have this social distancing,
yes,
or the security measure, I call it.
Yes.
And the Madam Speaker of the House said, I have a measuring tape.
Measuring tape.
Yes.
Yes, I mean, you could imagine if we call a public meeting right now, with all the information that is on, the misinformation as well that is on social media and so on. I expect that these meetings will be well attended, because I mean, even with the dengue ones, a lot of people showed up at the meetings, more than 25. So we are going to meet during the course of the weeks and the coming weeks. Tomorrow we have a meeting with the Shipyard leaders.
Community, yes.
We will be meeting with the leaders in the respective communities to chart the plan in terms of community preparedness. We're asking them to identify isolation areas in the event that they have confirmed cases in their communities. We're asking, God forbid, if we do have fatalities, burial areas. I don't know if the policy was mentioned, but in times of pandemics, the bodies are not returned to the family members.
Yes.
And that's one of the most, I think, heart-wrenching thing about this disease.
Yes.
Seeing, for example, in Italy, Spain, where the families cannot bury their loved ones. Yes. And also the location of the burial grounds cannot be disclosed to them until the all clear has been given. You know, it's I mean,
it's a deadly critical disease where we need to pay attention to communication and to stay safe and to stay at home.
Yes.
I mean, I could sense the urgency in Nurse Esther DeVille and the Ministry of Health and everyone saying, for God's sake, stay at home, because it's a deadly disease, it's a deadly virus, and listening to the health education program of washing your hands, sanitation, it has never been much more relevant than it is today. So I know that you guys have a big task ahead of yourselves, because you yourself put yourselves at risk going to the communities and ensuring that you also have safeguard yourselves. So I really want to congratulate you all. But on another note, Raphael, we understand that today also in the world is being celebrated as Tuberculosis Day.
Yes.
Talk to us a little bit about that.
Yes. Unfortunately, with the spread of the COVID-19, a lot of other health issues have sort of taken a backbench, no?
Yes,
but we here at HECOPAB and the Ministry of Health need to keep ensuring that even though we're focusing on COVID-19, we have other illnesses that are present in our communities. We can mention the dengue.
Yes.
We're still having cases of dengue. But today is celebrated as World Tuberculosis Day, where it's celebrated every March 24th, because that is the day in 1882 when a scientist by the name of Robert Koch isolated the bacteria that causes tuberculosis, which led to the discovery of medication to treat the illness. Now, TB it still has a high burden on global population. For example, it's estimated that a quarter of the world's population is exposed to tuberculosis. And in fact, in 2018, there were 1.5 million deaths from tuberculosis globally.
But a lot of this would come like smoke inhalation, cigarette smoking, and what other forms do we have?
Well, tuberculosis is a respiratory disease. It's transmitted by cough droplets. When people talk, sing, people who display the active disease. The problem with this disease is that it has two types. You would want to say it like that. The first one is that if you, upon exposure to tuberculosis, you develop what is known as latent TB.
Latent TB.
Which means that your immune system will react to it and will isolate the bacteria so that you don't develop active TB disease, but the bacteria is still inside your body.
Okay.
Right? And what happens is that you can do a skin test, a PPD skin test, to determine whether you have latent TB, and then we can start treatment to eliminate the bacteria from your body. Because if you develop like a flu or other illness like diabetes and your immune system is weakened, the TB can develop into active
tuberculosis. So you have to be careful about that.
Yes, so you develop symptoms now, which are coughing for more than 2 weeks, and unexplained weight loss, night sweats, loss of appetite, and it can, most cases with a comorbidity, be fatal. And one of the biggest trends worldwide is the high mortality with people who have HIV and are infected with tuberculosis. So
the awareness in tuberculosis, that we celebrate Tuberculosis World Day today, is very important, and it goes along with the COVID-19 in that we need to take care of ourselves, sanitation, wash your hands, stay clean, and all this sort of things. Also, it's very important that we tend to that. Yes. So what else is pending, Raphael?
Well,
basically that's it for now.
For now, that is it. We keep in contact.
In closing, what message would you like to give our viewers?
Well, in closing, I would like to first commend the people working in the communities. I mean, my lines are open with not only the chairpersons, the other people in the community who are vigilant of what is happening in the communities, and it's a time that where we a lot of leadership is required.
Yes.
We know that with the sensitization in the communities, we hope that this goes a long way. Right now, we're just having to deal with the people that are returning, you know.
Yes.
You know, so rest assured that the ministry is doing the job that needs to be done, especially here at the region with the case investigations, with the rumor surveillance. Like I always tell people, you know, in health, chisme is not a bad thing. Chisme is a good thing. So we take every rumor seriously until it's confirmed that it's not so. Then the public will be notified, advised, because we don't want to go into panic mode. We want the people to be
properly and well informed.
Well informed. I mean, a lot of people say about Facebook say it's only official if the Ministry of Health says it, the government press office says it, if the director of the health services webpage says it. But we must be careful that we don't buy into ideologies that are out there, because a lot of ideologies are on Facebook. I think this, I think that.
Like somebody said, I never saw so many doctor nurses in my life before.
Yeah.
But anyway,
I believe
those messages, I believe they have interest.
Yeah, some of those messages can be more detrimental than not practicing proper hygiene and so on.
Let me take this call. Sugar City Morning Show. Good morning.
Just a quick comment here.
Go ahead.
I just saw on the Facebook, Bishop Facebook, where a family that works for the infected party in San Pedro, the family that works for her,
yes,
are in San Jose currently. But I am sure, like I said, chisme at this time, it's serious matter. So I am wondering if they're in San Jose at this stage, or they're not arrested by the health providers who check the people around that lady. But I just read that they're in San Jose right now, so I just want to know if they went through the protocol testing and whatnot.
Well, let me inform you that we asked that question earlier, and we were. Please take care of that cough, caller. Thank you for calling. We cleared up on there. At this point, there is there's no confirmation there. It's rumor at this point. It's rumor.
Yeah.
That's the information we've been given. But of course, if anything comes up, we will inform you also.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for calling.
Yes, and that's the thing. We are investigating. I mean, we know that one of the persons came back from San Pedro all the way in February.
Yes.
It's not recent.
Yes, but the health department is attending to it.
Yes, we are attending to it because now we have a confirmed case.
Right.
So the direction now changes.
Okay. To investigate and to ensure
yes,
that in fact everything is okay.
But we need
and again, I want to tell the caller that while these things are on the Facebook, to please rely on the official information from the Ministry of Health.
Yes.
That's the official information, and we cannot go on that. People speculate. If the caller, I think I please forgive me, caller. I think I reflected a cough in the back and so on. Oh, in the cough and so on. So no, we can't go by that. You need to be tested and really evaluated is a key word here before things are happening.
Yep.
So
and also, I think I need to stress this because I've been receiving calls about this. Ministry has made contact with people. We have done investigations to several people. People are self-isolating and staying at home, but community members are still concerned, and it reached a point where the families of these people who are self-isolating no longer feel safe.
Yes.
We ask community members to respect people who are on self-isolation. Somehow the name still gets out into the communities because we still have an issue with confidentiality.
Yes.
And we assure the families, that the source of information is not the Ministry of Health. But we ask the community members to please respect the people who have come back, who are self-isolating. These people don't need to be harassed.
Yes.
They don't need to be attacked on social media because they are self-isolating. We are aware of where they're coming from and where they're going. Like I said, like the Director of Health Services says, the flights have their flight manifests.
Yes. There's a protocol for checking.
Yes, the vessels have their manifests as well.
Yes.
So we know where these people are going, but please respect. Some of them have said that they're in self-isolation and they don't feel safe. If these people, in the event that they do have the virus or are confirmed and they move and we lose track of them because they're being harassed, then we have a bigger problem.
Yeah.
So respect each other. This is no time for bashing or each other.
And the Ministry of Health takes all information serious.
Yes, people calling me, telling me that you need to come take this person out of the community.
Yes.
That's not the way dealing with epidemics or the pandemics in this case is done. We have protocols and we have guidelines that we need to follow, because whether the person is sick or not, that person is still a human being, and we need to respect and treat that person with dignity.
Yes.
And just put yourself in that person's shoes. Yes. But we work in contact with the communities to ensure that there's no panic. They are well informed. I'm trying to convince them not to follow certain pages on social media, but read up, learn more about the virus, stay tuned to the official sources, so that, and most importantly, make sure your home is prepared.
Yeah. Wash your hands and stay at home.
Wash your hands, stay at home.
Quédate en tu casa. Read a book.
Yep.
Sing to the children. You see how many singers we got now.
Yep.
Yeah. Well, Rafael, I really want to thank you for coming in this morning as the community health educator, and to your health team for the Northern Regional Hospital. Again, I will share with you our gratitude to all of you, the health workers, the frontline people who are doing everything to keep us safe. And we will do our part in keeping ourselves safe by washing hands, staying indoors, and staying at home and whatnot. So thank you so much. God bless you. We love you, and we really appreciate what you're doing for us. We're going to take a very, very short break, and we'll be right back, Checky and I, to close off the program. We'll be right back.
Everybody wants a clean and healthy family. That's why they purchase the best food products and the cleansing materials. This time, we give you a bigger size of La Costeña products like the mouth-watering fried beans and the pasta sauce. And surely for your clean laundry, we have the breathtaking aroma of Ensueño Max Suavitel. Even your visitors will ask what you clean your floors and restrooms with. And you can boast it is the variety of Pinol products and Sultan muriatic acid, now in 900 milliliters. And much more for the best prices only at German Vega and Sons Imports. We serve you at number 5 San Antonio Road, Orange Walk Town. You can even call us at 322-3625 or 322-2672. Or you can even send us a fax at 322-2571 or email us at germanvega@btl.net. German Vega and Sons Limited, because we care for you.
Motor 5.0, 4 válvulas por cilindro. Todos quisiéramos una. Como que no agarra, ¿no? Siento como que se le pega el balancín. Vamos a darte el aceite que te mereces. Vas a correr como rayo, preciosa.
Los que oímos más allá de las revoluciones, hablamos máquina. Roche France, poniendo el mundo a funcionar.
Agente autorizado German Vega y Sons. Teléfono 322-3625. Roche France.
The ongoing technological evolution constantly transforms the way we live our lives. The introduction of our national fiber network creates the opportunity for Belizeans to live the digital lifestyle. Today, Digi is proud to introduce Dana, Belize's first artificially intelligent automated assistant. Dana is the modern customer service experience. Available 24/7, Dana can provide Digi prepaid and postpaid customers with directory information, credit and plan balances, product and promo information, and more. Just talk to Dana. Want to check your credit balance? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, what's my credit balance?
New Digi promotions? Ask Dana.
Hey Dana, any new Digi promotions?
Dial 113 for directory assistance and dial 119 to talk to Dana. Digi remains committed to introducing the latest in cutting-edge technologies, transforming Belize one technology at a time. Try Dana today.
Thank you for calling Digi Customer Service.
And we also asked Fonseca about a recording secretly made of former party leader John Briceño when he was putting Fonseca on serious blast. So we asked Fonseca about it today.
John Briceño, he has gone mad. We really have to sit back and reflect on what he's saying. Launching this tirade, this attack, is absolutely disgraceful and difficult to understand. But the truth is, in any other country, with a few exceptions, had them made such outlandish statements, this man would be forced to resign, to demit office immediately.
come. Yes, someone coming. Let's go. Sa. First sense question of the day. What you the letter here?
Who's me the letter?
That sign right there. You can't read?
Well, make I tell you something. In this community, everybody dump here, so me just dump my garbage right here.
So if somebody jump off a bridge, you that do it too?
No, man. No.
You never know that littering is an environmental crime and Department of the Environment can charge you for that?
Why is that a crime?
Because you pollute the same environment you live in, dirtying the same land and water you use. You don't even know that you dumping garbage can make you and your family sick by attracting disease-carrying pests, and the Department of the Environment just to try help we take care of the environment.
Sure, all of that? Well, now that you put it that way.
Thanks for your 5 cents, brother. That's 5 cents question of the day.
This message is brought to you by the Department of the Environment.
Welcome back to the Sugar City Morning Show. This is our wrap-up session, and it's 10 minutes after 9 o'clock. And as you know, we usually close up at 9 o'clock. But when it comes to health issues pertaining to the COVID-19, the corona deadly virus, then you know, Chucky, that we need to really extend a little time, and we want to thank the health team that came this morning from Northern Regional Hospital. And on behalf of us, we express with gratitude to them and appreciation. No?
Yeah, and everything that was discussed in those segments here are official reports, right?
Official reports. So whatever you heard are official. These are members of the Northern Regional Hospital medical team. But what was of importance, apart from talking to us here and talking about the communities, is that Rafael mentioned that the Education Bureau and such that comes under his purview are also meeting with the Mennonite communities. You know, sometimes people feel, it's just like our local villages, but the health committee is also meeting with the Mennonite communities, the leaders and such, to be able to talk to them about the same scope of cleanliness and such, and in the event that there's an event about isolation and whatnot. So this is an ongoing thing, and we want to say our people in the Mennonite communities that you form part of the health education process, and they are reaching out to everybody. So we want people to know that this is an inclusive thing. It's not only like for you and me and say, what happened to the Mennonites? No, it's for everybody, including the Mennonites. So it's an outreach health education program that is going out there, and of course we try to convey the official message, as you say: wash your hands, stay at home, come out only if necessary, and take all these precautions.
Like you and I usually repeat those safety tips early in the morning, but today they heard it from the officials. But also, RC, you asked this question right here on the show this morning, and somebody texted us, ¿podría repetir sobre la persona en San José?
Bueno, sí, según el informe que preguntamos esta mañana, de que ahorita no se ha identificado ningún caso positivo en San José, que el equipo está revisando todas las noticias, y también se le pide a gente que no estén poniendo información que no son oficiales en Facebook, porque asusta a la gente, y debemos de seguir el protocolo de escuchar los mensajes oficiales del Ministerio de Salud. Así, aparentemente, según informe, que fue una persona que vino meses atrás en la aldea, pero que sí vino de acá, y sabemos que el miedo le entra a todos cuando escuchamos que hay un caso, y sabíamos que más tarde que temprano iba a llegar un caso, y por eso estábamos en los medios de preparativos, lavar mano, cuidar quién va acá y quién va allá, pero a veces nosotros mismos somos tercos, ¿verdad? Así que, bueno, ya está con nosotros y tenemos que seguir el protocolo de limpieza de mano, sanidad en la casa y todo. No está muy cerca uno al otro, tenemos que hacerlo por protección civil para sí mismo y a los seres queridos. Esta mañana tuvimos los oficiales del Ministerio de Salud del Northern Regional Hospital que están encargados del distrito de Orinjoaque y Corozal y en su forma preparatoria para todos. Así que no vamos a llevarnos con misinformación, sino escuchar todo lo que viene oficialmente del Ministerio de Salud.
Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días.
Yes, buenos días.
Buenos días.
Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
Morning, hermano.
Brother Chicky.
Good morning, bro.
And to RC.
Good morning, brother.
Yes, man, I just want to show class for me to say no.
Show grass.
Yes, man. I just want to say that this thing is very serious. I just hope that all of we as Belizeans start to look out for each other. You know, now, kind of got so man, when they turn this thing, like some of them, they turn it into lead politics or so. So I just want them to know that you got people where they in the low income area where you know that used to go hustle on a daily basis. You know, like even with them people at the downside and these places, the people that will clean the street, will pick up the paper, so you know they leave hustling, slow down, and so forth. If you could assist them people there, if you see your brother, the fireman, you help out, you understand me? And that goes to everybody, whether in this country, as brothers and sisters. You know, we just have to really have one love in our heart for our veterans and sisters, and even with elderly. You know that grands need that, man, you help our grands. Right? You know that sometimes they say once a man, twice a child.
Yes.
Right? You know that there are people like even my grands and they, man, come on, we need to start to take some real responsibility and look out for where elderly too. Okay? So I just to try and get that class, and the best thing, like I always say, practice good hygiene. Not wipe up your mouth and just touch that thing and you're going to wipe your nose and so on and anything. So I am saying, take care of yourself, look out for each other, hand wash hand and to wash face. I just want to lay this out again too, in terms of within the prison. Officers, be careful, please, because when a thing like that I hit a jail man, you're sad.
Yep.
You know, so I am saying, each one teach one, make we look out for each other. That's my 2 cents this morning. And pray, stay and pray.
Yeah.
Right? Because we're going to create a respect.
Well said.
Well said.
Así
Thank you.
como dijo el Chief of Staff esta mañana, que la única persona que puede saber si una persona tiene el coronavirus es el ministro del Health. They don't have nobody out there RC we could say that, okay, check it have.
No, let's clarify. No ministerio.
El ministerio. No hay nadie allá afuera que puede ver una persona, a veces esa persona tiene el virus y lo van a poner en Facebook. Nobody cannot determine that if it doesn't go through the Ministry of Health.
You have to go through the testing procedure.
You have to go through the testing.
Hay que tomar el test, el examen, the swab test.
Entonces, de esa causa de San José, ninguna persona puede decir que hay una persona en San José que tiene el virus.
Yeah.
That has to come
official.
with the testing.
Yeah, you have to test the person, evaluate the person, and then make a case whether yes or no.
Yeah, because we not got no testing kit for test somebody and say if they have it.
Yeah,
so when you hear anything on Facebook, oh no,
Wait for the official
Yeah,
result.
wait for the
But
official.
the notice is good because then the public health people and the team that goes from the ministry to go and investigate, they do investigate because, as the team mentioned, you need to treat every case as information.
Yeah, but maybe the language that we can spread our you would say, you know what, in my neighborhood I saw some persons came from certain place and we'd like to see if the ministry would check with them.
Or we had excessive coughing and he got fever and these kind of things.
We're not saying the person they have this virus, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe they do, maybe they're not, but we're not supposed to do anything. But the Minister of Transport was on the National Wave Radio this morning, always also saying that they will be putting buses. I believe he mentioned that a bus will be leaving Belize City around 3 or 4 o'clock today. So there is not many. Most of the public transport has suspended their runs for their safety and the safety of others, but the ministry is doing their part to put in some private buses to make sure that persons can commute as well.
Well, yes, and so these are part of preventing cooperative strategies so that we will move from one point to the other in a safe and organized manner. So this morning we are very grateful for the health team to come on and to give us the official version of what's transpiring in the Orange Walk Hospital. For one, when you go to the gate, the medical chief of staff said that the security there will direct you. You can ask, and it's closed off so that the containment or the distancing protocol is listened to and adhered to. In other words, 3 at a time, one goes into it, and that in the waiting room, in the chairs, they are marked with an X, and the X's mean that it has an official separation. So and sit X, and next to the X, you sit where the X is, because these are preventive measures to avoid cross-contamination, infection, and all these medical terms that happen when you are close together. So even within the health system, the distancing as prescribed by the Ministry of Health and the World Health Organization are being adhered to. So we right here you can see we practice as much. We stay as close because of the cameras, but then we also have with sanitizers and such, because we have to remain clean all the time and disinfecting our hands and ourselves.
Yeah, the Director of Health Services as well usually have a live broadcast every day, RC. I'm not sure what time that comes on, but it's good for us, to find out what time it comes on so that we can share it as well.
But they usually put it through Facebook, and we get it through email and Facebook also, notification, so that whenever possible, all of us listen to the official position of the Ministry of Health and the latest reports.
Yep. Hello, good morning, Sugar City Morning Show. Muy buenos días.
Yes, good morning, sir.
Morning.
Good morning.
What nowadays when you go on Facebook, like when you put on television, when you sit down front of the television, you can learn what you want. You can watch National Geographic and watch cartoon, right?
Yes.
I just want to share something that I read on Facebook that was posted by a doctor, a very own doctor here in Orange Walk. He says, I can lower this television because right there I sort of feedback from
They say make you lower your big television. With your big stereo and everything, your big stereo, you got the television connector.
Yeah, he said, the post says, and it's by Dr. Elsie Constanta put this up. It's up on Facebook.
Okay.
And she the one of very own, and
yes.
And that's something very serious because she's a neonatologist, no?
Mm-hmm.
They say your fate is in your hands. Our country has 400,000 plus Belizeans, 10 mechanical ventilators, 3 adult intensive care specialists, 0 pediatric intensive care specialists, and 3 neonatologists. It can be your child, you, a newborn, or anybody in your family. Stay home. And I think that one serious message is not right there, because people don't take this thing to. People are scared, RC.
Yes.
Scared,
very much.
They don't really get it. The sense they just they want to hear, let's say I live right next to the Union Town, and I hear somebody between and Trav, get one case. Then everybody has to stay out by the street. It's hard to just lock up people when people need,
Yeah. But we can see the reaction from San Pedro yesterday.
We take the initiative of Corozal. Corozal lockdown by their own. Corozal lockdown.
Yeah, Corozal lockdown.
I mean, I think if you need to buy at the store, so just go out quick, come back home, but try to go out as least as possible, stay home. That's the message worldwide, and people don't take this thing serious.
Yeah, because once you stay home, you can't catch it. And if you're not in contact with other people.
Well, no, like you said, Carla, that we have Dr. Constanza, who is giving a medical position of the state of the medical system, and to stay safe, you stay at home.
Yeah.
Stay home. I mean, China was in a lockdown for 7 weeks.
Yes.
I don't know. I just when this thing about believing, it's scary, and I just think that people have to understand. The kitchen in the Africa.
Yeah, bye.
Tell London that will lock down beaches. Nobody want to get off of the street.
Yeah.
They drop like fly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, you see again, Carla.
All the result that they don't want to stay. You need to stay bottom home.
Yes.
We see the reaction.
As citizens, we follow the regulation. We don't have time to quarrel with Mr. Barrow, and quarrel with Mr. Barrow, and quarrel with Mr. Bessner, and quarrel with this other, and quarrel with Dr. this and that. Then people try.
Yeah.
Stay home. That's the thing. Why don't stay home?
But Carl, like the post that Dr. Constanza posted, with the amount of care that we have, healthcare, and the amount of persons we have Belize, we saw the reaction from San Pedro yesterday when one case was confirmed.
Why, look at it, I'm not joke. People want, if you come and swim from San Pedro to Orange Rock and swim, Papa.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm not joke, because when I really sit down and think about this thing, one person have it, a person touch somebody, will have or not have it, and the next time sneeze on somebody, and that thing spread. Gone.
Yeah.
You see that one? You see that one I said yesterday with that man when we there with the wife and he cough up by wife and how the end result gone, Joe?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I mean, I just want to advise on my behalf, no? If you see me out there, because I have to go do something, but I just zip in and out, like in and out burger.
Well, stay in then.
Because I just serious thing on a serious level.
No. Extremely.
People to see all when I think before when I left off and I showed it to one and last thing I should tell people that stay home. That's how I stop the spread.
Yeah.
Good hygiene, I will not say wash your hands and peel off on the skin, but stay home. If no one ever go visit your house, you better.
Lock your door. Lock your door.
I won't go as far as lock up like you're in a jail, because in Italy, you have to breathe, but bottom line, stay home. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Carla. That's the key message. Stay home, and if you need to go out or buy your groceries, maybe one go and at the most two, but go get what you have to do and come right home. And even in the people that go to ATM and such, maintain your lengths and things and so.
Yeah.
But anyway, Chucky, it's 26 minutes after 9 o'clock.
Yes.
I want to thank, in closing, I want to thank the medical team from Northern Regional Hospital coming and giving us the information of the Orange Walk and Corozal districts and how it functions in terms of going to the hospital, and also dealing with matters of the pregnant women and the maternal child health programs and how they're dealing with it, and also to keep clean, and like the nurse and the doctor and everybody and the caller said, stay at home. With that, I want to thank God for giving us this day, opening a brand new window of us, and we pray. Prayer is important. We pray for our families, we pray for our country, we pray for those in the world who are contaminated, and we pray for healing. And we also pray for safeguarding of all those in the front line, with medical staffs and those in the public service also who have to be out there. So, we got the BDF, police, Coast Guard, and some of us in the public service, for example, where we are in rural development. We still haven't been given the direction, stay home, and we have requested that, but you know, we have to separate ourselves. Who will be at the office one at a time or something.
Yep.
But I want to end and close this morning by saying, stay home, wash your hands, keep sanitation in the front of your mind, and take care of our elderly. They took care of us when we were younger. They need us now more than ever. Let us show love, kind, and patience to them. And finally, I want to thank God for His blessing to each and every one of us. Have a wonderful day.
Yeah, and the person from Blackwater said they're still long on wet the street yet, so they asked if they could please go wet it. RC, I have a question for you before you leave though. He said, good morning, ¿dónde podemos conseguir máscaras para niños?
Well, the only thing I can say, try your pharmacy.
Okay.
You know, check out your pharmacies and see what they have.
Yeah, okay, so we will close that, RC. We'd like to thank, like you said earlier, we had personnel from the Northern Regional Hospital here.
I just got a text here, Chequi, that says that you can get some masks at De La Fuentes Pharmacy.
De La Fuentes Pharmacy.
I just got that in. Thanks for that information.
Sí, entonces, en De La Fuente Pharmacy,
yes.
lo pueden conseguir.
Yes, yes.
Okay, have yourself a wonderful day. Stay safe. You know, let's go positive. And we know sometime when people go out, they like bring out the whole family. Like the caller said, if you could go by yourself, you go by yourself and get it done. Just make sure you carry money. Because if you don't carry money, you can't buy. And make it one trip. Start to stock up on the water as well. The water station here in Child Farm, yesterday they had 2 hours closed down because they were running out of water. Because people are filling up drums and different barrels and so with drinking water. So you get your water, try to avoid the rush. And if the good Lord so will, RC1 Robert Chequi Usher will be right here with you on many more shows to come right here in the Sugar City Morning Show. The show repeats at 9 o'clock tonight. If you never see it, encourage your friends to watch it because it's very informative. It's a very informative show. And also 12 o'clock today, we got repeat of Channel 7 News, 6:30. It's a hot news right here on North Television Channel 10. RC1 and Robert Chequi Usher say, hasta mañana until we meet again. How we do it, RC? Have a wonderful day. Raheem, thanks very much. Easy Glenn, thanks as well, brother.
Sugar City Morning Show.
Have you ever noticed the development that's taking place in your town or in your city?